Chapter 23. Election between Causes of Action. Sec. 118. The Common Law Doctrine. The common law doctrine concerning the exercise of the right of election between causes and remedies are of universal application in code procedure. This is so because the code made no change in substantive rights, and the right to elect to pursue one remedy rather than another is a right appurtenant to the right of action. This being so, it magnifies the importance of the observance of the substantive distinctions between rights and causes of action according to their common law designation. From the beginning of the practice under the code, the courts, perhaps without appreciating the full extent of the change, and the effect of abolishing the formal distinction between actions, sustained the right of the litigant to exercise his choice between two modes of enforcing demands, and held him to that choice when once exercised. Sec. 119. When the right may be exercised, a single violation of a right or duty may give rise to two remedial rights of the injured party. The transaction, or act may result in an infringement of a right of contract, or the violation of a duty enjoined by law. The remedial right for the redress of the infringement of the contractual right is based upon contract, while the violation of the duty sounds in tort. From certain acts or omissions of a party creating a liability to make compensation in damages, the law implies a promise to pay such compensation. At the same time, the act or omission is tortious, so that the twofold aspect of the single liability at once follows, and the injured party may treat it as arising from tort, and enforce it by an action setting forth the tortious acts or defaults, or he may treat it as arising from an implied contract, and enforce it by an action setting forth the facts from which the promise is inferred by the law. A contract may arise in two ways: 1. Where it is presumed that from certain conduct the party in reality intends that a contract should be implied, and 2. Where the party, though not in fact intending to make a contract or that one shall be implied, but the law imposes a duty upon the party to make good any loss which another sustains from unconscientious conduct. A sumpsitor case may be prosecuted upon a single wrong, there being a violation of duty inferred from the act of the party, in the one case, and the infringement of a duty enjoined by law because of conduct. That is, there may be the right of an exercise of the right of election between a sumpsitant case. Trespass or case could have been brought for injuries to the person, to personal property, or to the rights of another, or to the servant's child or wife of a person, until a statute was passed providing that case was the proper remedy for injuries to the rights of domestic relations. Where goods have been detained, replevin for their possession, or treva for damages for their conversion could have been maintained. A sumpsit case or treva would lie against a bailer who converts the goods which have been bailed to him. Where a party has practiced misrepresentation or fraud, and has thereby obtained something of value from the one deceived, the latter may bring an action either in case upon the fraud, or a sumpsit upon the implied contract imposed by law by reason of the unconscientious conduct of the party. One whose goods have been taken from him or detained unlawfully, may have a right of action for trespass or treva, and may, if the wrongdoer sell the goods and receive the money therefor, waive the tort, affirm the sale, and maintain an action in a sumpsit for money had and received to recover the proceeds. In all transactions where a contract may be implied, or a duty may be imposed by law, there may be an election between a sumpsit and case. In cases where the subject matter is within the concurrent jurisdiction of law and equity, as fraud and contract, there may be an exercise of a right of election between specific performance and damages for the breach of a contract, or rescission and damages where fraud has been practiced.